Hi, how to identify a performance definition according to this, according to this table. So what I mean is that if your employee has a rating of 3.07 as your performance rating, 3.07. So what is the performance definition? Well, you look at this table, you should find out that is, if you look at this range here, and 3.07 is somewhere here. It fall under this range, right? So 3.07. So then the performance definition is meet target, deliver expected result on time. So that is meet target. Now let's take for 3.87, you go over here, you check, and it's 3.87 is for somewhere here, in between here, so it's above target. So that is how we get manually by looking at this range column, and then if we find the one that matching it, fall within the range, we go to another column and get the performance definition. So what is the equivalent tools that in Excel that you can use for this? Let's look at that. So I just need to key in this. But first, we need to restructure this thing here. Okay, so we're gonna restructure it, and then let me just see. Yeah. So to restructure it is like this here. So what's the difference between this and that? Well, first of all, is that you only put the beginning range or the lower limit of each range into the Excel, and then it's not required you to have the upper limit, right? You just need to put in 0.0, and then for this 2.31, and then it's 3 and 3.8, 4.4. Another thing that you might want to notice is that it is in ascending order. Okay, so from the smaller one value to the largest value. So now once you have done this, we can key in the function. What's the function? You got it. It's called a VLOOKUP function. So VLOOKUP. So select the FPR rate, just like you did earlier, right? We look at the staff FPR, and then go to a table, which is here, a table, and I'll just jot it here, have a comma, and then I want something from the second column, so I put the number 2 here, second column, and comma, and then I put approximate match, so which is in this case will be true case. So true because that the value that we're looking at in the first column of the table is that it is a range. Although you cannot see there is a range here, but imagine there is a range when you set it to true. So you can see that it will become meet target. Okay, meet target. Now, if you change it true to false type, what will happen? Why? Because when you change it to false type, you are actually asking Excel to check. Take 3.07, go to this table here, check is there any value in this first column that matching 3.07. Because it's false type, so 0.0 is just read as 0.0. It no longer read as 0.0 to 2.30. No longer. It's just read as that. And the second value is also 2.31. So Excel is actually going to check one by one. So they take 3.07 and check, is it equal to 3.07? No. Is it 3.07? No. Is it 3.07? No. Is it 3.07? No. Is it 3.07? No. So when you finish checking the value in the first column, you cannot find any. It will give you the error message, not available. And that is how you use VLOOKUP for the true type. So you can meet. Now if I change it to 3. Say x7, right? Now you can see that the performance rating just changed. So now it's your time to work on this. Tell me what is the rating? The rating, not the performance definition, but the rating. So what would you do? So if you're interested to know more about this, you can always I talk about, you see that here that is the join date. Now if you're interested to know how much time that the person since the last promotion, right? You can see that this is the first join, say this is a position, and there is a function called today, right? Today. No, that is time since last promotion. Right? If you want to retain your staff, time since last promotion will become very important beside the KPI. So then you have the number of days, 20 months, right? 20 months. This is the quick one to explain. Right? You just take this value here, the today value, and then minus the first last join, and divide by 30. So now you know that this staff has already retained the company for 20 months, and there's no promotion, 20 months. So for them to move to another company will be quite high. Okay, I talk about more about HR metrics in my you call that the amazing Excel school under the course of Excel for strategic HR. So our case study is really based on the HR professional, right? Because I consult many HR. I do consulting for many HR. So there are many things that you don't want to miss it if you are a strategic HR. And why is that so important? Because why is it so important that HR today you need to learn all this thing, right? It's because that the future HR capability map spells out that, right? This is created by some professionals bodies, right? And it says that HR in 2022 onwards, right, is that you need to have good in HR IT, you good in people analytics, you're digital, and well, what you just learn is just part of this job. Okay, so I hope this is useful to you. God bless you. God bless Asia. Together we excel before 50 or 40.